Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode from Ampro Engineering. This is a Traxxas TRX4, and it's a very popular vehicle right now on the market, and for good reason. When I initially got this vehicle, if you recall that video, I wasn't able to actually locate this power switch. And on the first time I drove it outside, I'd placed the battery inside the vehicle, put the body on, went outside, realized I had to pull the entire body back off in order to turn the vehicle on. So I ended up locating this thing on eBay. Let's open it. Now, this is a remote power switch, and it's sold by all kinds of people on eBay. In fact, I've seen it even on Amazon. It is 3D printed, you can tell, depending on how you look at it here. It's a beautifully made piece, and this has the inscription GRC on it. I'm unaware if there's other brands that claim this as their own, but the fact that it is 3D printed makes it very easy to have people replicate it if they simply have the STL file. Nevertheless, we are going to install this guy here. This is how it is supposed to work. We are supposed to peel off the adhesive and then place it right there. And it bonds to the ESC as well as to the chassis. So that's how it goes. And then once it's held in place, let's try and hold it here. You'll push this lever up from the bottom and it will cantilever. Of course, right now it's moving because it's not taped. But this little arm here will cantilever, come into contact with the ESC and turn it on, all from the bottom of the vehicle. And as you can see underneath, it takes up very little room, and it does not compromise the ground clearance. The first thing you want to do is get some alcohol and just wipe down the area that you are going to stick it to. If your car is more used than this one is, this will remove any kind of dirt and grime. Once that has been cleaned, let's go ahead and just peel off the adhesive. Just pull off all this. So, all right, this already is a problem. There's a couple of reasons why this may have happened. First off, it simply may have not been properly bonded to this, and someone might have just stuck it on there and didn't actually press it down and let it contact that. But this does not look like a contact adhesive. The color tells me that it's a VHB. That stands for very high bond. But this surface is not very good to bond to because of all of the surface texture. Let's attempt that once more from the front. And geez, that's not so good. All right, I could replace it with some tape that I have here, but not everybody's gonna have access to that. So let's try and go with what it comes with. Once it's installed, it's not gonna be subjected to those kind of loads anyway. For the piece that goes on the front of the ESC, I cut the adhesive in half. I don't want to tear the label on the ESC in the event that I have to peel this back off. I don't like doing that. I went ahead and moved the serial number. I'm sure I've broken some kind of law. And let's peel this off. Okay, let's give this a go. Unfortunately, you probably have one shot at this, so make it count, people. We'll just align it as best we can. I'm going to push back on these cables as I'm trying to slot it in place like that. And that looks pretty good. So we're committed at this point. Let's just push it down, push it over here. Push it down there. Now, for those of you who aren't aware of this, adhesive like this usually has a cure time. This means if you install it like this and then start pushing on this thing immediately thereafter, it's possible it might just pop off because it hasn't cured. I don't know. It says 3M on this. Who knows if that's actually 3M? And I'm gonna let this sit until tomorrow night. All right, it's been about 24 hours since I installed this switch and I've plugged in the battery. We will turn on the radio and let's see if this works. I'm just going to push up on the bottom. Cool. All right, let's shut it off now. That's all there is to it. There's very little load applied to this, so despite the bond issues that we saw with the adhesive on the surface, that's not going to be a problem at all. In fact, the quantity of adhesive that holds this to the chassis is probably way more than this will ever need. Anyway, that is it. So this will be kind of nice. I mean, the kind of matches all the colors of the chassis as well, so that's pretty neat. Well, if you have a TRX4 and you are running the stock Traxxas ESC in, of course, the stock location, then this might be a good idea for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. The next video that you see of this truck, it may either have the dash, which little sneak preview is right here. Cool, huh? Very neat. I'm looking forward to installing this sucker. It's either going to have the full interior, or we're going to go over the upgrades that we've done. I've installed the light power supply as well as some of the telemetry inside this. I've got some videos that I'm working on. It's just going to be a little bit longer before each of those is completed. If you have a TRX4, stay tuned. If not, hopefully you'll enjoy it anyway. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.